Welcome back to Eatsy, where if we can make chicken chow mein, then so can you. Here's another restaurant favorite that we're going to show you how to make at home. That way, whenever you're craving it, you can have it, and it'll be healthier and cheaper.
Nice.
And unlike a lot of our other videos, in this video we're going to be using store-bought noodles, which will make the preparation of this dish even easier. If you want to see how we make our noodles, feel free to check out all these other videos that are on our playlist. Jumping right into it, the first thing we're going to do is make a sauce that we're going to need later. We'll start with 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce, and then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce, then 2 tablespoons of dark soy sauce, and then this next ingredient is optional. If you don't want any spice, you can leave this out, or alternatively, if you want more spice, just add more. We're going to add about a teaspoon of hot chili garlic sauce. This is it here, we found it in our local Asian markets. And then lastly, we're going to add half a teaspoon of salt. Next we're going to the chicken, and here we're using about 250 grams, or just shy of 9 ounces. To the chicken we're going to add 1 teaspoon of white pepper, just a little pinch of salt, then 1 teaspoon of cornstarch, and finally 2 tablespoons or 1/8 of a cup of water. Then we're going to mix all that together so that the chicken is thoroughly coated. For our flavor veggies, we're going to use half a red onion, about a teaspoon of minced ginger, and 3 to 5 cloves of minced garlic. And lastly, we're going to have 1 or 2 green onions just like this. Our other veggies are going to be 2 sticks of celery, 1 large carrot, and about half a cabbage. For the cabbage, you could lightly chop it up, just like if you were making coleslaw. For your carrot, you could either put it through a fine grater, or chop it by hand like Auntie is doing here. She's firstly slicing thin slices off the carrot on a diagonal, and then slicing the slices again into teeny tiny little french fries. The celery doesn't need to be as fine as the carrot. You can also cut them on the diagonal just to make it look a little fancier. We'll use the super technical scientific method of measurement where each slice should be about half the thickness of a pencil. Now we're going to head over to the stove where we make sure that we hit the like and subscribe buttons. In a large pan or a wok, we're going to bring some water up to a boil. When we add in our package of noodles, that will reduce the boil. Stir them around, put a lid on it, and bring the water back up to a boil. As soon as the water is boiling again, you want to remove the noodles. If they're left in the boiling water for too long, they'll get too sticky. Rinse the noodles under some cold water to stop the cooking process, and then we're going to lay them out on some parchment paper lined cookie sheets. Lightly dab away some of the moisture from the noodles with a paper towel. This will help to keep your noodles from sticking together. Back over at the stove, we're going to add some oil to a pan over medium to high heat. To that pan, we're going to add our seasoned chicken. Cook the chicken completely and then remove it from the pan. Add a little bit more oil to the same pan, and then we're going to cook our carrots and celery. Cook them for just a few minutes because you don't want them to get too soft. When they're done, you can remove them from the pan and set them aside on a plate. Then again, in the same pan, add a bit more oil, and this time we're going to cook the cabbage. You can be a little bit more generous with the cook time for the cabbage because it has a large volume that we want to scale down. When it's about half the size it was when you added it to the pan, you can remove it from the heat and set it aside just like the carrots and chicken. Once again, add some oil to the pan, and this time we're going to put in the ginger, the garlic, and the red onions that we had prepared previously. Give them a quick stir, and then we're going to start adding in our noodles. Try to put down an even blanket of the noodles over top of the onions and garlic. Stir it around and let it cook for just a little bit to get the flavors to start cooking into the noodles. Then you can add back in your vegetables, your cooked cabbage, celery, and carrots. And then toss back in your chicken. And remember that sauce we made right at the beginning of the video? Here's the part where you can add it to the dish. Stir everything thoroughly so that all the flavor gets cooked into the noodles and the vegetables. The last step is to add in your green onions. Continue stirring and cooking the dish until the green onions have been cooked, and then you can transfer it to your serving bowl. And there you have it, Chicken Chow Mein. It's a super quick and easy dish to make that you don't have to go to the restaurant for anymore. If you want to make this dish vegetarian, then just omit the chicken and the oyster sauce. And if you want to bulk it up to make more volume, then all you have to do is add in some more vegetables, particularly the cabbage because it's so cheap. If you try this recipe out for yourself, please let us know how it went for you down in the comments. And if you want to see more noodle dishes on our channel, please give the video a like so that we know you prefer this type of content. We release a new video every week, so make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And as always, thank you so much for watching.